It's only for people who come to Zoom.
All right, it sounds like we're recording, so go ahead and do the things. Let's get this party started.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
Oh, yay. Hi, everybody. I'm Breai, and you are virtually in Baltimore. Bienvenue chez moi. I am here to talk to you guys about what is near and dear to all of our hearts, which is jazz. And I have this handy dandy visual because I am a person who likes the handy dandy and who likes visuals. So this isn't quite a Jenga. I don't know if you know this game called Jenga. It's a bunch of blocks that stack like this. This was a different game that I jerry-rigged to look like a Jenga, but it helps me make the point that I'm trying to make, which is kind of over the course of, I think, the last year, I've been going to lots of Lindy Hop events where people kind of get that tap is kind of like here. Like tap is kind of what's, I didn't expect that to happen, but it happened. I do think that tap is kind of holding up the structure of Lindy Hop. We kind of figured out at some point that tap wasn't some middle block that we could just kind of shove out and forget about, and the rest of the structure would hold up, but instead it was a foundational block. So folks have figured out, like that one was. Earlier when I did this, speaking of technical difficulties, it did not fall over when I pushed that block out. So there must be some spiritual import to the fact that that just happened. But we figured out that it wasn't just some secondary block, like this block here, kind of in the middle. I can kind of push that out, take it out, the whole structure doesn't crumble, right?
Because it's in the middle.
Because it's in the middle, it's not
like a sign.
The 7-year-old gets it. She gets it. Break it down, girl, let her know. It wasn't a support end, right? It wasn't there for particular support so it could come out. What we figured out, I think, just this year in Lindy is like, oh, wait a minute. There are some kind of essential components to this dance that if we don't have it, this whole thing isn't going to stand and make sense. So then the question is, why are we in this African dance? Is African this kind of extra thing? Like I can just kind of push it out, take it out. If I don't have it, it doesn't really matter. We kind of had that question about Black culture too, right? Like, does it really matter? Like who you are? Like, can you just do this dance? It doesn't matter. You kind of just take that out. It's just one of the things. Or we've talked about, so I think those are the big things we've talked about in like the last 3 years in Lindy. We've talked about kind of cultural appropriation, and we've talked about like tap. So now I'm asking folks to start thinking about West African, or just the African and African American, because we talk about Lindy as African American culture, but then I think we think Black, we think America, we forget that like African American means something that came from Africa. So is African American that? Can I just take it out? Or is African American like tap? Like if I do this, it stays up, but it's kind of shaky, right? Depending on how this goes, it may not have its integrity. So that is why we're talking about a West African dance, because it is part of the actual structure of this thing. And you could maybe take out, I just successfully took out both tap and African, but I just wanted us to see how narrow a base you're on if you're missing those things. And that if a strong wind comes by, the structure may not stay for very long. Go ahead. So that's just some food for thought about why we're here. So we're gonna warm up first because as I've been, one thing I'm trying to get across to folks is that I really wanna talk about 3 things. One is aesthetics, 2 is accent, and the third is the kind of relationship with the music, this idea that the dance and the music go together. Like if I say jazz, that's music and it's dance also. If I say hip hop, there's music and it's dance also. If I say Sorsene, which is the rhythm that we're going to do tonight, that's a sound, and it's also a a movement. So we're gonna start by looking at some isolations by starting warming up in the same way that you would warm up in any West African class. Like if you walk into a ballet class, we're all gonna begin with pliés, right? And tendus and rondagens. But for an African class, you're gonna begin with isolations. This is just how these classes go. Okay, so let's do it. Azura, I need you to stop doing that. All right. We're going to start with our head. Just take your head side to side. Look. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ear to shoulder for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Head forward and back. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Now take it side to side, but keep the rest of your body still. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Around like a snake, like this. Around and back. Around, back, around, back. Good. Other way. Good. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look up for 1. Ear to shoulder for 1. Front and back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Side to side like this. 1. Round and round like this. Other way, go. Now move to your shoulders. Shoulders up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now back, 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 back. Good. Now take them forward, 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 forward. One shoulder at a time like this. 1 up, 1 down. 1 up, 1 down. 1, 1. Yep. Now front and back like this. Front, back. Keep your torso still. Just your shoulders. Keep your hips still. Now your torso. Take it forward and take it back. Take it forward and back. Soften your knees. Forward and back. Forward and back. Side to side like this. Side. Just your torso. Side. Keep this quiet. Side. You can deepen your plie if that helps. You really want to just isolate this. Isolate. 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yup. Other way. Back. Side. Front. Side. Good, good, good. Now big circle like this. Circle. Keep it out of your hips. Keep it in your torso. Other way. Circle. 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 Now we're going to focus on your pelvis. Lift your pelvis. Lift it. Lift. Deepen your plie. Lift it to the front. Under. And now back. Lift it under. Under. 4 corners. Start side. Side. Under. Side. Back. Side. Under. Go the other way. This way. Side. Under. Side. Back. Side. Under. Now make a circle. Just pelvis. Circle. 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 Good job. Reverse. Circle. 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 Now we're going to work a little bit. Go down. Down. Stay down. Stay down. Now this isn't just exercise. What I'm trying to get you to do is elongate the space between the top of your head and your pelvic bone because this is a very important aesthetic position, this flat back. We see it in Lindy when you see people reach to do this kind of like, you know, the one in the swing out, this like low position, keep bending, don't stop working. And now just stay right here. And now straighten your legs and reach for the ground. Good. Now lunge to the side and up. Careful with your knee. Side and up. Side and up. Side. You're going to be glad we stretched. Stay to the side. Feel the stretch down the inside of your hamstring. Other way, deep stretch in the hamstring. I'm warming up this muscle. Turn your body for runner's lunge. Keep your knee over your ankle. You can push away if you want to get a deeper stretch. Both of my toes are pointed in the same direction. If I want it a little deeper, I'm going to reach up and away. Other side. Let's start down. Runner's lunge. And sit up. Then do as much or as little as you want. You can reach away to get a bigger stretch right here. You can even lift. Now to the middle. I'm pushing my thighs out with my knees. I'm pushing my knees out with my elbows. And I'm elongating. I'm pulling my head away from my pelvis. Walk your feet in. And roll up. Take one foot. Balance. Balance. You are a rock star of balance. You can do it. Other foot. We've got about 4 more minutes of stretching to go. I'm going to sit on the floor in a cross-legged position, and I'm going to stretch out my hips because this can be intense on the lower back. And I feel like when I let all this hip flexor and all this stuff go, it feels better to me. So I'm going to take my forehead and reach it toward the floor. And up. Let's take a side bend. My elbow's on the floor in case you can't see. Other way, elbow on the floor. Straighten both legs. Take a deep breath in. And exhale down over your feet. Okay, last stretch, take a straddle. I'm going to reach side to side. I'm starting this way. And reach, 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 reach. One more set like that. Reach, reach, reach. And now 2 arms over, 2 arms. And 2 arms other side. And now 2 arms to the middle. All right, shake your legs out. And stand. Okay, so we're gonna look at another triple step pattern today. If you were with us in our last class, we looked at a different triple step pattern, but it's basically the same. So we're gonna look at triple step, 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 triple step. Really simple, right? This is a basic pattern. So just keep doing this. I know it seems super simple, but I just want you to stay here for a second. And keep that in your body. This is a polyrhythmic exercise. We're thinking about other things. We're talking about other things while we keep this kind of base in our body. So one of the key stories that I learned about African-American culture is that so much of it had to be carried in the body. So when your ancestors are like forcibly kidnapped from a place and taken in boats to a whole different place, nobody gets to pack a bag and bring it with them, right? So the only thing you get to bring is what's in this body. So, and even drums were taken away because they were known to have spiritual import and to be used for language. So the body became the drum. So though this just feels like a really kind of typical Lindy pattern, triple steps and step steps, if I just change the aesthetic, which I want you to do with me, I want you to open your feet and I want you to bend your knees more, take more of a plie, and I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. Now we're still in a Lindy position because I hope you see twists. 1, 2, 3. We see this at the beginning or the end of a swing out all the time. And now I'm gonna add arms of a different aesthetic. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. Triple step, step, step. 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 Triple step. So triple step, 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 triple step, 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 triple step, 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 triple step, step, step. Yes, I'm gonna break down the arms, don't worry. So this dance is called Sourcené. It's from the Mande people of Guinea, and it's really a dance about mothers and daughters. So it was completely unplanned, but ironic and on time that my daughter kept participating. Sourcené is a song or a rhythm that might be played if someone in a village is struggling with infertility, or someone in the village says that they're ill. The drummers would come and play this this rhythm in response to that, and it would be about trying to deal with that issue. But then the daughters are singing to their mothers, "Mom, thank you. Mom, I love you. Thank you for giving me my personality." And then this other patriarchal part that I'm not going to own. So go around, dear, or go through. Pardon my. Yeah, it says aluminum foil on her foot. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So on 1, 2, 3, I've got one arm bent and the other arm out. And you really want to finish a movement with something, energy through your fingers. You don't want your head to just dangle lifelessly. You want to have some energy in your hand. 1, 2, 3, then it goes down, around, bend one arm, down, around. But you have to get this. You got to get the bass. You know, like the thing about the drummer, that drum just keeps going. No matter what other layers get piled on top of it, you got to keep it. So let's work on this bass again. Triple step, step, step. 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 Triple step. Got that? Keep going. Step, step. if your feet are not used to all this and your feet are feeling sore, you can put socks on to make the twisting less terrible. Oh, and here comes the baby. Step, step, triple step. On the triple step, you have one arm bent. Triple step, then arms go down. Step, around, triple step, down, around, triple step, down, around, triple step, 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 triple step, 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 triple step, down, around, triple step. Yes? No? I'm gonna check in with the people who are in the Zoom classroom to see if they have it. So they'll be speaking for you, Facebook. If they say they're ready to move on, we're gonna move on. Thumbs up from the Zoom classroom. Thumb side. I got a side, I got an up and up. Uh-oh, the ups are winning. I'm gonna do one, not enough votes. Rock the vote, guys. You have to vote. Your life is affected by this. You must vote. Okay. All right.
I can't. You won't let me.
Jenga, Azura. I'm so serious. Orange, Azura. Okay. So, again, triple step, swing, triple step, swing, triple step, swing, swing. Hey, wait, 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 wait. Did you get the weight? Did you get the weight? Did you get the weight? The swing comes from here. There is a swing. So that the other thing that this isn't just about a pattern of footwork. It's also about a feeling and a pattern. Say hi. Dan, say hi. You don't want to say hi?
What?
I don't know. Give your brother a new Band-Aid, please.
Oh, that's a bandit?
Triple step, triple step, triple step. Don't forget this weight. So I'm gonna go triple step, step, step. So look, step forward. Already this knee is bending. Step, because it's a forward, but it's a down. It's a very grounded dance. The same thing like Lindy. You want to be super grounded, right? But it flies through the air. It's the same idea for this dance. It's extremely grounded while being just so dynamic and so lifted up. So after I do this triple step, 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 step.
No!
Triple step, 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 step. Triple step, 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 step. Step, 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 step. So what does this feel like? It does feel like rocking. If you imagine that a rock step, instead of going backwards, went forward, step, 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 step. Don't worry about your arm yet. Step, 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 step. My right foot is forward, and it's a rocking feeling, rocking back and forth between my 2 feet, but the knee just comes up, because there's the swing. There's the swing. Yeah, ha, and, step, step, step. But then again, in the same way that Lindy has these big, long, stretched out moments, stretch, stretch, from a flat back. When I stretch, I'm down, but I'm also up, and I'm also reaching. So on the triple step, my arms are gonna go down to the right, then down the left. They go down right, they go down left. Triple step, 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 step. Triple step, 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 step. Triple step, 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 step. Triple step, 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 step. I'm coming back to my Zoom folks to see how they're doing.
Time to get Daniel. And no, you did not.
Okay, how about the second step, folks?
She said A. Then you're making a rod.
Okay, still kind of, okay. Let's try both of them, and I'm gonna put on music. No, let's try both, let's try those two, and after we try them, we're gonna put on some music. Now in the same we go, hey, and that tells us to go out if it's like a competition or if there's a jam and it's someone's turn to go. It's kind of like a break. It's when the drummer, in that case, it might be the person who is helping us with the event, but lets us know it's our turn to go. In the same way, the drum will tell you when it's time to go because it plays a certain sound. It's like hip, 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 hey. It's like the pickup. It's that moment where it's your turn to go, and we call it the break. So I'm gonna sing the break for you. I'm just gonna say, bet, and you'll know it's time to go. So it's like 5, 6, and 7, 8 is basically what I'm saying, but just in like drum sounds. It's scatting is what it is. Again, remember the Jenga. Remember all those little pieces that if we just understood the culture better, we would kind of get it. Let's try the two movements. Okay, so first movement, right? Triple step, 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 triple step, 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 triple step, 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 triple step, step, step. Arm one bends down, around, triple step, down, around, triple step, down, around, right? Here we go. That, triple step, down, around, triple step, down, around, triple step, down, around, triple step, down. Hey, yeah. Da. Yes? Second step. Triple step. 1, step, triple step. Don't forget the swing. Triple step. Triple step. Step. Ready? Triple step, step. Triple step, step. Hey, triple step, step. So, I mean, I can think of tons of places where, so like step, triple step, right? Like that pattern appears again and again. I'm just doing like a tuck turn, like step, triple step. I can think of tons of places where that occurs. So it's a rhythmic pattern. It's responding to the drum, and that drum has ancient origins, and it's a deep memory. So we're trying to alter our aesthetic approach to the movement while keeping the swing, keeping that moment, that pickup that makes it swing. We're keeping that because that's not going anywhere. And we ourselves are going to be the polyrhythm. So when I put on the music, you might say, oh, where does the dance go? Remember, you are an instrument And we're gonna layer you on top of the beat, really. So this is that song where the daughter is singing to her mom, thank you, mom. Thank you, mom. Thank you for giving me my personality. And then she says, don't worry, soon I'll go live with my husband. Which, you know, it is what it is. Who am I to judge a whole culture? Don't walk in front of her. Don't do it anymore. So this is your polyrhythmic moment. You're like, do you feel that? That space between the song that tells you where the bass goes? Just take a look. You try. Listen to this. Listen. The drum is going to tell us when to start. It's also going to tell us where the movements go. Listen. Listen. Yeah. Do you hear that? You try. Good. Second step, you want to try? Back. Yes. Make sense? Okay. Check in. Checking in. Okay, if you are completely lost, do this. If you're kind of getting it, but you can practice it some more, do this. If you're like, oh, I got this, what's the next step? Do that. All right. We have questions, which people should have. And then some of us are like, explain it to me. Not sure. All right. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We are going to talk about how might this be concretely connected to what I'm doing on the floor in Lindy. I remember when this came out in the swing out, when people would go, yeah, like throw their arm up. I remember, sorry, I've got to change this a second. I remember when I was told that you must do this on a swing out. Or on the 1-2, your arm goes out, in. And then like some flat fierce chick with like lots of style. I remember where I was when I saw it for the first time. I was on the floor at Jam Cellar in DC. Instead, she threw her hand up and I was like, oh, that's fierce, I like that. It just was different. So I'm saying, if we can see here, where we see these twists, right? That's what that is, right? That's that 1, 2. But we've got these super dynamic arms, which do have that out one that many of us learned as our first way of doing a swing out. We learned 1, 2, just like with that arm out. Or some people learn this kind of mannequin Barbie arm. 1, 2, right? I'm wondering if we can try this, a big circle back. So instead of just straight out, or instead of the Barbie arm, if we could try that on 1, 2. So you want to go like 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. Twist, 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 and double, 5, 6, 7, and twist, 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 and double. So I know everyone watching is not a follow, but I would like us all to try this follows exercise. And I actually learned from Osa when I was in Harangue last year that when Norma taught swing outs, she didn't teach it twist, twist, triple step. She called it twist, 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 and a double, which to me was like I like that. So I am trying to use that language because I felt like it made so much sense and it challenged me in ways. But we're gonna try the 3 twists and a double with 1 big arm back. So find a line for yourself that you're going to use as your kind of send and return line, and find that big plie we've been using for this. And remember that these are just twists, right? And this thing we've been doing with the big arm back is just more oppositional movement, which is really an African aesthetic that shows up in Lindy Hop as well. And we're going to try to use this for that twist, 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 and a double. So I'm going to go twist, 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 and double, 5, 6, 7, and twist, 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 and double, 5, 6, 7, and twist, 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 and double, and twist, 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 and double. So give that a try. Give that follows footwork a try. I know it's tough to watch me and do what I'm doing. So hopefully that was a moment for you to see what I'm asking you to do. And now I want you to take like a minute or 2 to actually try it. And while you're doing that, I'm going to come forward and take any questions people might have while we're doing that.
Just to know, Breai, you had a shout out from Yana on YouTube. She said she is in Russia right now and it's 2 a.m. and she's not going to do the class now, but she'll catch it up later.
Hey, Yana. Oh, yeah. Any other questions? Or shout outs from halfway across the world, which we enjoy? Oh, look, I see people practicing that big arm back. Nice. So I'm not sure how to field the questions from Facebook. Yeah, I like it. We're using that arm. Yeah. People ask you where that, oh, that I like that. Remember, it's Sourcene, it's Monday. It's where those twists come from in the first place.
We're broadcasting to YouTube, not to Facebook right now because that was failing us. And there are very few comments out there on the Facebook land. Most of us are here in the chat. So just use your people who are right here with you, having a good time.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so I think I also want to talk a little bit about to give another oppositional arm movement challenge. I would love if everybody would show yourself on camera so I could watch you guys do it, but you don't have to, no pressure. It is a humble request. If you're willing to do that, only I could see, except for I think that now we are recording. So I think more than maybe me could see, I don't know.
I'm recording, but I think I have successfully figured out that it's just Breai being broadcast to the world. I didn't have it at first, and now I do. And even on the recording, it should be just the spotlighted video. So you're safe, friends. Only the 14 of us in this Zoom chat can see you.
Okay, so if you guys want to try, I would love to see how this translates in this platform, if that works. So I'm going to play the rhythm, and I'm going to fast forward through the drama. We love drama, but a little less for the moment. So, da 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 ba ba da 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 ba 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 da 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 da. So when I say da da da, this is that da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay. I like how full body the movements are, and like I'm seeing lots of like coordination and dexterity and like just good things, like lots of good stuff. I think there's a balance thing that I didn't describe well when it comes to this step. So I'm seeing a lot of right on this da da. I'm kind of leaning into this leg da da da. Then I balance it out, but it's a little askew. Like it's less right here in the middle, though it is. It's got a little lean to it. You gotta put a little, gotta get down on it and lean into it, which is not like that, but it just should be a little askew. Da 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 da. Like even if the lean is forward, I should see something akimbo, something leaning a little bit, less upright, more of a lean. We talk about that a lot with the kind of like Lindy, the uptown downtown versions of Lindy. So same concept. One more time. I'm rewinding. Hang on. Ba 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 da 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 da. Okay, awesome. I want you to follow. Hannah, did you take African dance class before?
Maybe once or twice, but not consistently in any fashion.
You just nice with it. You just like, this is easy. She's like, yes, basically. I'm like,
Thank you.
I'm like, who's the, what do you call it when somebody's pretending not to, who's the pool shark? Hannah's the pool shark. So focus on one or the other. Either I want to see you focus on the arms, or the feet, Focus on one. It's kind of like this. When you first do it like this, kids need to kind of get it started before they add the other one. It's very hard to just go right away. You kind of gotta ease your way into it. Get one or the other going. Like get the legs going, then add the arms. Or get the arms going, then add the legs. But let's try to do one first. Ready? Uh-oh, I rewound to the drama. Yeah. Yes. Uh-huh. Good. Rest. Last thing I'm going to say about this, I'm like any teacher. I'm like, yeah, you got it. Like, so let's get this. And like, you got it, let's get. You want teachers to just be like, good, you got it, done. But I'm like, oh, you're here? Let's go there. You're there? Let's go there. You're there. So I'm doing that. So It's because you're growing that I'm pushing you more. On the twists, I'm seeing some people give me a chubby checker. Like both knees at the same time, same speed. You gotta get down into these things, open your legs up, and don't make it a chubby checker twist. Like I'm even picking up my foot and putting it down, just like I was doing Lindy. It literally, in Lindy, I don't go, come on, baby. It's not the same aesthetic. This twist has my knees forward almost, and it's very like ski slope. Meanwhile, this is pick up, pick it up, pick up, yeah, okay? I'll leave you alone about it. Just take that home, eat that. Let's try this one. Da ga da da. Yeah. Da. Da ga da. Da ga da da. Da da. Can we try that second step? Okay. Ready? Oh, music. I'm like looking at you guys like, go. Maybe I should press play. Maybe I should do that. It's like double dutch. I'm trying to figure out where to jump in the rhythm. Ba 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 ba, da get up, da get up. Good, breath. I want you to luxuriate and reach. Yes. Awesome. Okay, let's come have a seat in front of the screen when I build us our Jenga again. So, you know, in the same way that we can never really get back to 1930 at 9 and go into the Savoy and really say, you know, sure, we have first person accounts and we can read and learn and there's real study that can be done and real understanding that can be had. You know, an experience of ancient Africa is close to all of us in a way. And in some ways, in the same way that maybe in your family, it's a recipe to keep somebody alive. You know, it's like your grandmom's famous biscuits or beef stew or something. And like, those things are so valuable because they connect us to our own sense of history and past. To have a deeper concept of something as, you know, critical to Lindy Hop as like the swivels. You know, swivels are kind of like the dribbling of Lindy Hop. Like you can't play basketball without dribbling. It's kind of like, this is kind of it. And if you look at it within this African context and you see that this kind of aesthetic, the one that we're all familiar with, this thing, just on 1, 2, the way we did it probably when we came today, and to see that, you know, it can be enhanced by all these other things, hopefully that helps us get a little bit back into that kind of home cooking. Some of that stuff that maybe, you know, it wasn't, maybe I should invest in a real Jenga. Put that on my to-do list. Let me ask Amazon. Maybe that is something that had been lost, and maybe we couldn't tell because the structure still stands without it. But from your perspective, you can realize, oh, well, that was a kind of really big piece. And if if we lose something else, this whole thing could come crumbling down. So I do think as we're gaining perspective on these dances that we love so much and what the building blocks to creating them were, once you realize that you had maybe not, and even we've been looking a lot more at like the chorus girls, like these women who danced in Harlem and realizing what their impact was. There are lots of great videos up on the Cat's Corner page, I noticed. I think we hadn't thought about how critical they were. And all these things that we've added back in, that means that our structure is now stronger. So hopefully as you add in your tap, which is something I need to do as well, and if you add in your African, which I'm gonna go ahead and make here all the way at the bottom, as far back as we can probably go. Imagine if you don't have it, it's not gonna be as strong as if you do. So I just wanted to leave you with that thought, and I'm happy to take any questions or give people any kind of one-on-one feedback you have about the movements. So I'm gonna turn it back over to Megan for that.
Thanks, Breai. Yeah, we've still got, if you can hang out for a few more minutes, it'd be fun to answer some questions. The live drop-in classes are happening every day at 6 o'clock. You can get all the information on our Facebook event there, and it's also all about our Facebook page if you want to contribute anything for online classes. We're glad just to have you here. That's the most important thing, to get to spend some time keeping dance in our bodies. So what are your questions? I have questions about the arms. Can you show me the arms again? I was real bad at them.
So are you learning better when I face you and explain it, or when I turn away?
Facing is good for the arms.
Okay, so one arm bent, open and around, 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 one arm bent, open and around. So this, these kinds of like oppositional, like one bent, one straight, I've gotten really used to because they appear so much. I think when you first learn them, you're like, and I am one, I like to learn with scatting of rhythms. So like just now I'm saying one arm bent, because that's on the triple step, one arm bent, right? Triple step, 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 triple step, 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 triple step. So one arm bent, open and around, one arm bent, open and around, one arm bent, open. The around comes down in front of you, then up and back.
Okay.
Da, 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 da.
Yes, super helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Anybody else? I see people reaching for their screens, looking like they're looking for how to unmute. Control D, I learned that this week. It was like a game changer. It was like Control D, if it's a Mac. Okay, if you end up having questions later, if it comes to you later, like if you're at home practicing and you're like, feel free to shoot me a DM and I'll get back to you.
There's a few messages in the threads. Lots of thanks. Some sorry I had to head out early. Class was good. Love your metaphors. Thinking about the dance in a whole new way. Yeah, at some point I was dancing, and then I wanted to get out a pen and like just spend the whole time quoting you. And I thought, no, Megan, dancing's more important.
Like, I should probably move. Gosh. Oh, thanks. Cool.
Yeah, I want to.
Barbie or, huh? Sorry.
I want to also thank you for your metaphor, because I find that a really nice graphical icon of how to actually explain this. I also want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because well, first of all, I'm always happy to see people that made connections between the two types of dances, but also in my local community, I find that we don't talk enough about the origins about the dance, or from where it actually comes from. And just seeing you explain this gives me ideas about how to actually approach this and how to talk about it with other people in my community about how we can actually illustrate and explain where this dance comes from. So I'm really happy.
Oh, I'm so glad. Thanks. I feel like food works too. Like, I think we've all had like gone to a country and had the food that we've been having as takeout where we're from, and you're like, wait a minute, this ain't it. Like, there's something about what it really is versus what it is when it's extrapolated and, like, you know, pandering to a particular audience and a particular palate. Then there's like what it really is. And it can be strange, and sometimes people don't like it, but sometimes it's like so delicious, it's like blows your mind. You're like, oh, this is it, you know? So yeah, I am one for metaphors, but sometimes those real life experiences, I think we've had that. Like, if you've gone someplace where a food is actually from and had it there, you're like, oh, nobody told me that that's what it really tastes like, you know? Or you go out with a rich friend and you have wine that they bought and you would never buy, and you're like, oh, that's why people like wine. That's what it's supposed to taste like. Like, it's delicious. This is way past my price point, but now I get it.
Can you share us some of those songs on Spotify? Are they out there or on YouTube? Could you post them in the Communauté Cats Corner?
I will do that. I'm looking for a note to write myself a note.
That's okay. I'll make a note and I'll remind you of it later.
No, I need my reminders. Cool. Thank you for putting these together, Anais and Megan. These are amazing. What a great community you guys have. And thank you for letting me join you guys. It's been really great.
We're so lucky that you said yes to joining us here. And merci à tout le monde qui est venu aujourd'hui. It's really, really cool to be able to do this class, and thanks for having the courage to turn your video on and get feedback and sitting through our newbiness that comes with online technologies. Really appreciate all of your patience and support. Yeah.
Yay! Cats Corner.
More to come with Breai soon. More of her. More of her.
Okay, guys.
Cool.
Bonsoir.
Bonne nuit, les amis. Prends soin. Bye.
Bye.